Hey everyone, so I wanted to share with you the reason I'm posting those videos of mine is not only to grow my YouTube channel, although it is growing and that's good, people are signing up, especially for the John Maxwell leadership, which is good for me. It's also because I want women, single women, those who are unemployed, those who like me haven't had the best opportunities in life, sporadic work, in and out of jobs, grew up without their father, don't have a husband. I want them to be able to develop the skills that I have. Not everybody is going to have come from a home with a grandmother like mine who taught me how to cook and sew and bake and all of those things. But in today's world, a lot of people have access to the internet. And a lot of people can learn from the internet. So there is a stigma to being unemployed. People view you as a bum. They view you as useless. They think it's your fault that you can't get a job. They think it's your fault that you're not earning enough to buy a home of your own. But the reality is that in Canada and in America, most people who buy their homes, they get help from their parents. It's their parents who give them that money for the down payment, and they help them to come up, to go into the property market. They talk to their network, they help to open doors for them. So for those of you who, like me, don't have any of that, it's to show you that it is possible, you can do it, but you have to put your faith in the Lord first. You have to put your faith in the Lord first, and then you have to work for what you want. You have to pray and work, because in this culture here, they're building a culture where there's no middle class. There's only the very low income earners and the very high income earners. So people like me who worked and studied, went to university, and I did it for 7 years. I didn't have anybody here living with me. I didn't have the presence of another individual in my home. Nobody cared. Nobody came. Nobody helped. Nobody visited. But I had my faith in the Lord, and I had the parish next door. So I used to go to church. I used to help there. I used to make the most of every opportunity. And if you do that, if you put your faith in the Lord, and if you persevere, hopefully things change. And the unemployment rate is so high now, things have to change. And people like me are using our voices to bring about change for ourselves, because nobody comes to rescue you. The only one that rescues us is the Lord. The Lord is the one that rescues us. The Lord is the one that makes the impossible possible. The Lord is the one that parts the Red Sea. The Lord is the one that takes you from poverty to riches. The Lord is the one that gives you a generous heart. The Lord is the one that helps you to use your talents. And for me, if I'm sitting at home and I'm not using my talents, I feel hurt. I feel like, how can I just sit at home and not do anything and not share with others what I have? I don't like it. I don't like to hoard my talents and not use what God has given me and not earn my income. So even when I'm sharing the recipes about my cooking, how I'm making my soups, my baking, it's to encourage others who are unemployed. I don't go to the food banks. My mother brought that food from the food bank for me. She brought it. I try to use whatever I have at home, and I combine my ingredients the way that I do now, and I make my food. I can make anything. And with today's internet, you can also look up things on the internet. I tried to teach myself to crochet, but I couldn't do it. It was too hard. I taught myself to play again, the piano, to knit again. So there's a lot of things we can do, but we have to keep a positive mindset, and we have to keep our focus on the Lord, because people are very negative. People will always look for the negative, and tell you that, oh yeah, you can't achieve anything, you can't do anything, their children are better than you, they want their children to do what you are doing, they don't want you to do it. So their children must do it, isn't it? There's no use comparing your children to me because I'm not them. I never grew up in a two-parent home. I never grew up with all the advantages of living in America. I never grew up with all the systems in place that they had to help them. I grew up in Africa. I grew up in a single-parent home. I grew up knowing that I had to be as self-reliant as possible. That's what I grew up with. So it's important that if you are unemployed and in your 50s, you're not useless. Your age doesn't count against you. Your age gives you wisdom. Your age gives you experience. Your age gives you a lot of different skills that you didn't have when you were in your 20s or your 30s. Your age will bring new opportunities for you. And we have to keep that focus. I was watching the news today, the CEO of one of the Canadian companies, how he got involved with a stripper, used to date her, and then he became addicted to cocaine. So we also have to be careful the company we keep. We do. We have to be careful the company we keep. Because sometimes these things start out as fun. Oh, just gonna try it, just gonna see, and then before you know it, it's too late. So I hope my videos encourage others. I hope they help others. And the Bible stories are not just stories. They are the keys to the kingdom of heaven, and they are the keys to navigating this life. If you, like me, and you're unemployed, you don't have anybody in your corner rooting for you, you don't have anybody saying you can do it, and you're the best of the best, you're going to give up. You're going to say, yeah, you know what, I'm not capable of working, I'm not capable of holding a job, I'm the pits, I can't even get a job like in retail. And what's the use of educating yourself? What's the use of being employed, striving for employment and working? You're going to give up. But if you have your faith in the Lord, if you open the scriptures and you read them and you pray, you'll find comfort in that. Even the rosary, even binding prayers, they work. Because there are things that are seen and there are things that are unseen. They do work. And it's to encourage all the single women, the women like me who are unemployed, who didn't get the encouragement, who didn't get the support in Canada, not to give up. We are the ones who are earning the least, but we are the ones that God sees. Never give up. Never ever give up. That's what I say.